Hello, or should I say howdy. Welcome to my Western review, where I rate all the Westerns I've read. So, starting off with number 1 was Elmer Kelton's Buffalo Wagons. And this was a book. This was 2 books in one. Georgie's moving, I don't know. Are you settled? Okay. I found this at a thrift store for $1. Buffalo Wagons is a story about Gage Jamerson, who is a buffalo hunter, and he's kind of lacking. There's not a lot of buffaloes going around, so he's like, uh-oh. I know, not very vegan of me to read this, but I did. Also, side note, look at Elmer Kelton. R.I.P. King. Look at him. What a fine fellow. And he's got his old man partner who kind of like took him in as an orphan when he was a kid, named Shad. He's Irish. He's cool. He's got a dog named Ripper. And they're just on their way. They assembled a team and they want to go buffalo hunting, but lots of happens. There's one of the hunters he hired is kind of shady. Ooh, what's he gonna do? We don't know. I'm not gonna spoil. And he finds love interest. There's the Comanches are involved. I think that's how you say it, the Comanches, the Native Americans that would scout people and attack. Yeah, so they get involved. It's kind of spooky. And the second book that was part of this beautiful little collection was called Cloudy in the West. And this one wasn't as, like, intense, I would say. And this is about a 12-year-old who, his father dies and his mom's kind of an asshole. Or it's like his stepmom. I don't want to give too much away. And he eventually leaves because he's like, fuck that. And that bitch tried to kill him, too. Ooh, I'm giving away too much. This one was just a lot. And he finds his uncle, who's like kind of like an alcoholic. He's in jail. He gets out though, and they're just working together trying to fix their shit so little Joey could somehow come back to the farm later, like the ranch, and get the money from his like evil stepmother. And I of course recommend them both. They're very fun. Buffalo Wagons again is definitely a little more intense, but it's a super fun little book, you know. You get to see the wholesome relationship of Gage and Shad, and Gage's love interest, who's a little cutie. The third Western I read was by Louis L'Amour. It was called Riley's Luck. And this one also takes place with a little boy with mommy issues. So, Valentine, but they call him Val, by the way. I love that. That's gonna be like my future kid's name, boy or girl, because Valentine is such a sweet little name. He, again, his mother tried to abandon him in the snow to her boyfriend and was like, go take my 4-year-old and leave him in the snow and let him die. And her man was like, okay, yeah. He couldn't do it, so he takes little Valentine to Will Riley, who is like a professional professional gambler. He's like really good. He doesn't cheat. He's a freaking, his friends are like kind of like outlaws, like sneaky. He's just the overall Chad of a guy. And then he pretty much just raises Val for a while. And I don't want to spoil more, but they're a really cool duo. Val's a Chad when he gets older. It's just a Chad raising another Chad. He has a hot girlfriend named Boston that comes into play, who's like always has shooting guns and being cool. So shout out to Will and Valentine. Cool little dudes. And look at Louis L'Amour. He's so sweet looking too. What a fine fellow. And I love this cover. Like, look at that. He's just looking like a Chad with his chips, with his cards. I love that. I love this little broad in the back. Okay, cutie. Western number 4 is this beautiful girl right here. Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. One of my favorite books, I have to say, but definitely took a lot out of me. Like, I couldn't put it down, but also it like my day would be ruined just from like reading a chapter, because it would be like, this one's just a trigger warning in general. I'm saying pedophilia, animal abuse, racism, just everything. Anything you could think about, it's in here. So, but I can't even explain like there's just so much happening. Anyways, and I've never been scared of a book character until Judge Holden was mentioned into my life. Because imagine a big, bald, like I'm saying no hair, pale, bald, like 6'7", gigantic man, just always talking about some weird like war is God type of shit. And then he's always hunting you down, always looking at you, and you just don't give a fuck. And you're only 19 for like the majority. There's just a lot to unpack with this one. I definitely recommend if you could stomach it. If you can't, it's gonna just not be a good time. But I like how it's written too. It's written like I guess like a screenplay. Like, it's nice. Not a lot of punctuation. Really easy for my little brain to comprehend. And shout out to the kid, the main character. He definitely deserves better. I feel really bad for him. I would have never treated you that way. I would have blew up the judge. I would have killed that hoe. Just kidding. He probably would have killed me first. There's another, listen to the names of these though. There's another character named Toadvine, like Toadvine. He has no ears. But he's cool too. I like him. And there's Tobin or Tobin. I don't know really how to say it. I think it's Tobin. He's an ex-priest. And the judge is always just talking shit on him. It's like, can you leave a man alone? The judge's biggest ops is an ex-priest and a child. And that's all I gotta say. It's sad though because Blood Meridian is one of my favorite books. I can't reread it in like probably for another like 5 years, but I'm always thinking about it. Every day at Ulta, I'm like, what if Judge Holden comes in? Or like if I'm like walking alone and it's like dark, I'm like, it's not like a creepy serial killer trying to stab me and kill me. It's Judge Holden. Like when I'm taking a shower, washing my hair, oh, the boogeyman's behind me. Judge Holden's the boogeyman. And if you read the book, you'll get why. Western number 5 is Butcher's Crossing by John Williams. This one, it was definitely a slower pace for me to read. It wasn't boring. It was just a lot of details on like nature and things going around, which was nice. It's just sometimes like, you know, my little brain can't process for it. I need dialogue sometimes, or violence. I don't know. But the main character in this really, he would send me because his name was William Andrews, and he was the biggest, oh my god, he's like that SpongeBob meme. I'll just have to put it in. But he's a freaking dork. He's a dorkalini. He would just give me secondhand embarrassment. He was cringe. I did feel kind of bad for him though. He drops out of Harvest to go buffalo hunting. Harvest. He drops out of Harvard to go buffalo hunting. He goes to this shitty little town called Butcher's Crossing, and he finds this guy named Miller who's a buffalo hunter, and he gives him like half his dollars, like 600, like half of his money, like $600, which is like a lot back then. He's like, take me buffalo hunting, and it's this whole mess. And shout out to Charlie Hoge though. I liked him. He's this old guy who's friends with Miller, who doesn't have an arm. He's very religious. He's always holding his Bible. And he's cool. I like him. He's an alcoholic. He's always drinking his whiskey. But then there's this bitch Snyder who's always so mean to Will Andrews. And listen, I understand why. Will Andrews is annoying as hell. If I was a trained buffalo hunter and this kid is like on my ass, like not fucking everything up, I'd be kind of upset too. But it's like, okay, well, he went to Harvard, so who's really winning? This one's more of like a really cursed coming of age type of thing. Like type of novel, book. I mean, can you imagine? I'm sorry. Why would you be, he was like 23. You're on your like almost second to last year of Harvard, about to be a lawyer, and your ass is gonna be like, I'm just gonna go buffalo hunting. Anyways, that's my Western review. Thank you so much if you watch this, and if you even are like, oh, I want to read this book now, that would be really cool. Tell me. But yeah, right now I'm taking a break from Westerns. I think I'm gonna start reading Daisy and the Six. My mom just finished it and I want to watch the TV show. I know I'm like really late to the game on that one, but that's my next one. And that's kind of it. Bye. Mwah.